It just has such pretty edges. I mean, look at it. Look at it. Look at it. We are back for another Christian review of regular books, and today we are discussing Five Broken Blades by May Coreland. For those of you who've never seen one of these videos before, here's how it's going to go down. First, I do my regular review, what you know and love to expect from a book review, star rating, and my own personal opinion. But then I get into my Christian review, and that's where I go over the basic pieces of a book that may or may not have a fellow believer or, frankly, anyone wanting to read it. I give more caveats and any more information you may need about these reviews at the video that's pinned to the top of the playlist. Or you can find it here somewhere. However, if you're still here, let's go ahead and get into my regular review. Five Broken Blades is a Korean-inspired romantasy, and the Korean aspect, like getting the Korean lore and their kind of dynamics, and that was so cool. It's one of the reasons I really loved the Poppy War as well, because it wasn't that European standard fantasy experience that I feel like has become very popular, but instead it takes place in a totally different style with different kind of world building, different character developments, all of that beautiful. It also kept me very engaged for the first 50% of this book. I didn't want to put it down. I was interested to see what happened, and I've been told that the audiobook is really great. I didn't listen on audio, but I was told that the audiobook was fantastic because it had more of a full cast experience, and so you had multiple different characters and there was accents involved, and so that, I was told, made it even better. Where I struggled, however, was that this is a romantasy. In fact, it includes romance, and all of the relationship dynamics felt very forced, YA, very young adult, and unnecessary. I think we could have enjoyed the entire story and never had a romance, and that would have been fine. However, that's not what happened. And so the second half of this first book is a lot dealing with the relationship dynamics that are happening throughout this book. Additionally, the relationships felt like this bow got placed on them. Every single person ended up with another person within the group, and it felt unnecessary, and again, it felt forced. Ultimately, I rated the book 2.75 stars. I wanted to like it so much more, and there are 2 more books in this series. Usually I give you guys full series reviews, and I wait to give you my series reviews until I finish the series. Originally, I planned to go back and finish this series, but as I've spent time away from it, I just don't know if I want to pick it up anymore. I'm perfectly happy not. So we'll see, maybe one day, and then I will give you guys more reviews. But for now, this was the first book in a series. There are 2 more books out since then, and I really believe that May just needed some experience, and once she gets some more experience, she could really be writing something fantastic. If you want to see everything that I'm reading and rating in real time, you can do so by following me on Goodreads. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, and I do have my own YouTube channel, so if you're wanting more of my day-to-day reading and life journey, you can follow me there. All the links are down below in the description box. For now, let's go ahead and get into my Christian review. The first category I always love to touch on because it's popular is smut or spice, and there are 2 minor scenes throughout this book that are very easy to skip over, and so I don't think it's something that needs to hold you back from reading that book as long as you're comfortable with skipping past. The second category is violence or gore, and there is 2, maybe 3 scenes that were really gory, and then everything else felt very not gory. It was crazy. I was surprised by some of these scenes. They felt very intense all at once, and then the book would just kind of continue on. Again, I don't think it's a deal breaker for the average reader, but something good to know. The third category is the magic system, and although this is a fantasy and there is a magic system, it's not very well explained throughout the course of this first book. So at this point, I don't see anything dark within the magic system, but I would hold out for future books to let you know. And last but not least, as I explained in my regular review, there are a lot of relationships that happen throughout this book, and one of the relationships is a male and male relationship. So there is an LGBTQIA theme throughout the course of this book. Ultimately, I think this book is fine for anyone ages 15, 16 and up. Again, it doesn't have a whole lot in there other than a few scenes here or there. Before you go, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can stay up to date on all of our Christian reviews of regular books, plus me and my mom's podcast, The Journey We Share. We are posting all the time, and we don't want you to miss anything. But on top of that, it also helps us know that the content we're providing is content that you want to be seeing. So before you go, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, or any of those other pieces, and I cannot wait until we see you on the next one.